What was the intent with the fake punt? Can you kind of take us through the sequence? Where you
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to. It wasn't. We just had a true freshman long snapper that made a mistake. So Sean's had a great season. Awesome kid. As you noticed, Peyton was surprised to get the ball. He wasn't supposed to. So it was just a mistake. What do you say? He was frustrated with himself when he came off. He realized it, and so it's just unfortunate. Pretty costly for sure. But he's done a great job. So he'll learn from it, and it won't happen again.
That was not supposed to be a fake?
No.
Okay.
Coach, you talked a little bit about the offense today. It just seemed like every time they scored, you answered pretty well. You certainly moved the ball up and down the field pretty well all day.
Yeah, offense did some good things for sure. Peyton just tremendously effective, tough, gritty. Seems like I say that all the time, don't I? That's what he is. So got some big runs, made some good throws. Against a very, very good defense. We played a good football team today, and we're a good football team too. So it was back and forth, and came down to the end, and our kids are tough. They compete, they fight, and we just got to keep getting better.
Coach, on that last sequence going in where you ended up kicking the field goal on third down, any thought of kicking it on first down when you got?
We did. Matter of fact, I asked the question. We thought, well, if we can score fast, you'd like to be able to get, because it's obviously easier to score a touchdown when you're that close. You'd like to be able to get the touchdown right away, and then you got 20 seconds or so. Then once the clock got inside of 20, we said, okay, we got to kick it. So initially you wanted to get it because then you get a chance to get the onside kick and then kick a long field goal if you get the touchdown first. So you try to get the touchdown first. We couldn't get it, so then we went ahead and kicked the field goal. So there's not a perfect script for that, but we tried to follow it as best we could.
Coach, any explanation why when block went down, they didn't review that for targeting?
No, I don't understand that, but we have a protocol to follow for this, and I'll follow it for sure. So I was very, I did not agree.
Seemed like you had an argument with them too about the punt.
Yeah. So, but
Because
that you just got to get away from it. I mean, when you decide not to field it, you just got to get away. But you just don't want to put yourself in that position. It was close for sure. I didn't think he touched it, but
when you lose Walt Filliers the first time this season, the teams would have been without him on offense. What was the immediate impact of Walt Fillier exiting a game?
Well, I think first, you saw, we had that one mistake right to start the half, with 12 guys, and that was, David just being, not used to being in there as much, I guess. So that would have been one outcome of that. And we had a couple of things like that, where you wouldn't have happened if WAP was there. But Dave Little, he did some good things, obviously, and he's a talented player, and hopefully we'll get WAP back next week, but don't know about that yet. But the bottom line is WAP's a great player, and it hurt not having him. And but David Ellis is a talented player, and he's his next man up behind him, so he'll make those plays. But yeah, it definitely hurts a little bit not having him.
What is WAP's specific? That means he's in protocol, basically.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of an obvious when you guys all saw what I saw. So
With this team, I mean, being on the side of one of these games, but not in a situation where you're constantly fighting to get to 6, where you're already well ahead of bowl eligibility. Kind of, how do you address a game like this, where maybe you still feel like one or two plays made differently, you guys could have found yourself in a different situation?
Yeah, to me, my approach after the game was, brought them all together, and I was very, very honest. I was highly disappointed. We did not come here to be close, and told them I was just ticked off that we weren't able to finish for a variety of reasons, and I didn't want to hear talking in that locker room because to me that's and they understood that. I mean, they were as upset as I was. So it's a different feel for sure. I mean, we came here to win, and we battled them, and their coaching staff was very respectful, and they understood that, and they recognize who we are and how we've changed over the last few years. And we're day by day, step by step, we're building this thing. And next step is winning these kind of games. Obviously never won here before. Tough place to win, tough place to play. Can't make. We had a couple costly mistakes that hurt us. They'll come back to bite you in games like this. But bottom line is that it was a tough, hard-fought battle to the bitter end. And that's where we are in our program right now, playing a top 10 team to the wire, and that's what it needs to be.
I guess at the same time, is there any sort of affirmation in Michigan State this game? I know Ohio State is a little bit of an outlier, but
yeah,
two or three losses are road games that you took kind of all the way through 4 quarters.
Well, I just think if you don't see it, I think you're not paying much attention. I think there's no doubt. You get on the road, and those are tough places to play, and we're right there. And that's, to me, you talk about the progress you go through and how you build a program, and where we've this season we've won games in the past we've not been able to finish on against other teams, and now we're playing, you know, highly ranked teams and right there with them as well. And it doesn't have the same, you know, feel to me. I feel like that we, you know, are just, you know, battling in football games right now and against really good teams and one of the best teams in the country. And so, you know, I just feel like that, you know, it's just a matter of how you build this thing. So we learn from it. We evaluate the film. We make the corrections we need to make and get ready for a tough Michigan team next week.
You had to use a couple of timeouts in the second half, probably
Yeah,
earlier than you wanted to.
didn't want to. Yeah, the one was on defense, and what happened was it was a key third down, and they came out in a different formation, and then we had a call on for a certain formation look, and then I decided, I said, hey, I'm not gonna, you know, I've learned from the past. If you want to get off the field, sometimes just timeout, even though I didn't want to burn it. You know, it's better than having a call you don't want and then give it up first down. That changes the game. So bottom line was we chose to use it, which we could have had it back, but you know, that's part of it. And then, you know, the other one was on offense. And so, you know, sometimes I was saying, I think it was kind of back to the whole thing with losing WAP and not having the personnel. Always the same, but you know, I'd like to keep at least 2 going into the final quarter.
Penn State had the ball for, I think, 9 minutes in that last drive, and you talk about having been finishing games. I mean, why were they so difficult, do you think, to get off the field? in that last
Well, a couple of those were, you know, they converted some 4th downs. They got the 3rd down. And the thing that it was kind of a theme, and I'll let you know more when I watch the film, but just the quarterback scrambling on us, you know, when we had the pressure. The receivers recovered several times, and but I think that kind of goes. It's a couple of factors. Number one, he's a good player, and he beats you with his legs. And number 2, their offensive line's a lot better. You know, I think that to me is the biggest difference of this football team that I noticed. You know, watching film, and I mentioned it several times before, and they're able to stay on our guys, and they're just better. You know, and they've improved a lot in that area, I think, and so we had guys close to them, and the quarterback would step up, and so to me that was kind of the biggest issue. We got into a lot of 3rd downs, you know, and several 3rd longs, we just couldn't get off the field, which was a frustrating situation. So, but that's just where you kind of say, okay, you got to continue now to keep closing the gap. You know, you're trying to close the gap on a top 10 team in the country and find a way to beat them at their place and you know, find a way to make those plays in those critical situations against really, really good football players. You know, so but that's where we find ourselves right now, and that's you know, that's the next hurdle.
I know you said the snap wasn't supposed to happen, but if you had gotten the right look there, was there
Yeah, we've worked on that a bunch, and so we have a call, we check it, we do everything, and so I mean, it's just if it wasn't there, and so but it just was one of those things where I mean, like I said, there was complete shock and surprise by everybody that it was snapped the way it was. So it was just a mistake. But yeah, that's kind of how you look at it. That's how it's kind of set up. You know, but.
S1.
Coach, there were 2 legal substitution penalties on your team today, including the first play after halftime. There's some sort of miscommunication there. What happened?
Yeah, I think someone already asked about that. That was, you know, David was in there, you know, because of Watt getting hurt and wasn't supposed to be in there on that personnel grouping. And so, and then the other one, we had a miscommunication with our signal from the sideline for the personnel groupings. They're both personnel grouping issues with our offense. And so, I mean, obviously, we don't usually do that. Haven't had problems with that in the past. So, but I think with having Wap out, you know, it was just a little bit, it kind of threw the guys off a little bit maybe. But, you know, just can't have those happen in a game like this.